Are literary movements hard to learn? Imagine trying to understand a new language or a different way of thinking. That's what learning about literary movements can feel like at first. Literary movements are groups of works created around the same time by authors with similar styles or ideas. They reflected the culture, society, and history of their era. For example, Romanticism focused on emotion and nature, while Modernism experimented with new forms and fragmented reality. Understanding these movements isn't as difficult as it seems. The key is to focus on their main features and the time periods they belong to. Starting with basic ideas like what a literary movement is and examples such as realism or symbolism helps build a solid foundation. Each movement has its own style and themes. Romanticism emphasizes feelings and the beauty of nature. Realism shows everyday life and ordinary people. Modernism experiments with form and often shows a sense of disconnection or chaos. Recognizing these traits makes it easier to tell one movement from another. Learning about the historical background also helps. Knowing what was happening in the world when a movement started can clarify why writers chose certain themes or styles. For example, the rise of industrialization influenced realist writers to depict society more accurately. It's also helpful to study key authors and their works. For Romanticism, writers like William Wordsworth and Percy Shelley are important. For Modernism, authors like James Joyce and Virginia Woolf stand out. Comparing their works shows how each movement evolved and responded to previous ideas. Some movements might seem complicated because of new ideas or styles, but breaking them down into smaller parts makes learning easier. Focus on one movement at a time, understand its main features, and then see how it relates to others. Knowing about literary movements adds meaning to reading. It helps you see why authors wrote the way they did and how their works fit into larger trends. It also shows how literature has changed over time. You can start learning by reading representative texts from each movement. Learn about the historical events during those times. Look for recurring themes and stylistic traits. Notice how authors influenced each other. Overall, learning about major literary movements is not as hard as it might seem. With patience and a step-by-step approach, you can understand their unique features and how they shape the world of literature. This knowledge makes reading more interesting and helps you appreciate the rich history behind every book.